All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Jealous Jeeps. Going to be a short one, well, maybe a short one today. What I'm going to do is go over all the settings in the 8.4 with Nav Radio on the Jeeps. Now, I will tell you that mine's a 19, so there's a few features in the 20s and 21s that I don't have. I'll kind of briefly say what they are. What they do and stuff like that, and also the radio in the Jeep is the same radio that's in the Rams, Chrysler 300s, the Pacificas and stuff like that. So everything I'll go over in this, a lot of it's going to be very, very similar to what you will see in your other FCA vehicles. So, you know, take what you learn from this and you can use it in the other ones too. So let's get started. Okay, so here we are inside the Jeep now. This is probably the main page you'll spend most of your time. You have your presets up at the top, your AM, FM, Sirius XM. You have your map feature, which will pull up the map, of course, and still show you radio stations here on the left. Audio for setting your equalizer, so bass, treble, fade balance, your speed adjusted volume and such. Tune, back and forth. If you hit this, whether you're on XM or regular stations, just type the number in, hit go, and it'll go to it. Then you have your media. That's going to do your USB port, flash drive, or Bluetooth audio. Climate, of course, you have your climate controls down here, but you also have a digital version. Now, one thing a lot of people don't know about is the sync button. So when I hit this, it controls both sides. But if someone changes it, then those two vents over there are going to be different temperature than the two vents on the driver's side. Well, if it's just you in the Jeep driving, you don't want to have to sit there and adjust both sides. Hit your sync button. There you go. Now you've got it synced, so your side controls the whole Jeep, which makes it a lot nicer. I have mine set on auto, which is a set it and forget it. Just set your temperature. The Jeep does whatever it has to keep up with the temperature that you've set it at. If you hit anything, fan or where the air comes out, you shut the auto feature off. So to get back to auto, you can either hit it there or hit it down there on the hard key, and then it goes back to doing what it has to do. Apps. Okay, so here's your app page. 2 pages of it. You can slide back and forth or hit the arrow. You can move these around. I just pretty much left them where they were. The only one I did move was the off-road pages, and I moved it down here because I use it a lot, and I'll get to that. Travel Link you get free for 5 years if you have this. You get the weather map. So you push that, it's going to show you the weather for where you're at, and it looks like it might actually rain here for long. Fuel prices, weather forecast, movie listings, XM traffic, and sports. I don't know how many people actually use that. Heated seat controls, driver, passenger. You also have them down here. Push, high, medium, low, off. Same thing for passenger. Projection managers for setting up your CarPlay. You can delete phones that have paired to it in the past. Wi-Fi hotspot. I don't know how good that really is. I mean, it's good, but I don't use it. I use my phone as a hotspot if I need to. I guess if you've got a phone, an older phone without Wi-Fi, it's probably nice. SOS, this is part of the Sirius XM Guardian. Now, when you buy them new with this particular radio, you get XM Guardian free for 6 months. That is similar to GM's OnStar. If you're in an accident or injured in any way, you can push the SOS button. If you do get in an accident, airbags deploy, they will automatically try to contact you. But if you get just hurt, hit the SOS. Assist is if you're having issues. I've got a flat tire, my check engine light came on, something, I need help with something. That's what this assist button does. Vehicle user guide is actually a digital owner's manual. Send and go is for the navigation. I don't use it that much. As you can tell, it's going to take a minute before it wants to pull up there. So send and go to the, you can send addresses to the navigation. I don't ever use it. Marketplace, everybody's got that now Ford, GM, FCA has it. I don't know how many people use it. It's, you know, if you want to order pizza, certain companies are set up with that. I believe Domino's is set up with it. Certain gas stations, you can go ahead and prepay through it. Stuff like that. I don't ever use it. Taking forever to pull up because I don't use it. So we'll close that out. Off-road pages. I do use this almost the whole time I'm driving. The reason I like it is after you get past your little Jeep driving across. Okay, so the first page is your drivetrain. If you have a Rubicon with this, you get the sway bar, front axle, rear lock, your transfer case, and then your steering angle. This stuff will be on any Jeep with the 8.4, but that is only for the Rubicon. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, compass, or GPS settings, and then your altitude. Accessories shows all your gauges. So when I do take the Jeep off-road, I usually have that pulled up on this screen, and then on my driver information center, I'll have the pitch and roll pulled up, which is kind of nice. So I like to keep an eye on the transmission temperature and the engine and so forth and so on. So I almost always have this pulled up, but I'm a gauge watcher, so that's just me. Phone. Okay, so that's my phone connected with the Bluetooth, and if I plug my phone in, which I have an iPhone, take a second. Okay, there you go. Which I use the CarPlay navigation all the time. You know, regular navigation, it works okay, but I prefer the Apple or Android navigation over the factory navigation, and I think most people are that way too now. Okay, so back to the app page. Backup camera, you can turn it on if you were pulling something or what have you. You could look ahead of time before while you're driving. Heated steering wheel, mirror dimmer, you want that lit up red, that way your mirror automatically dims. Sirius XM radio, media, so another way to get to the same thing. Climate, heated seat controls, that's that button there. Nav, settings. We'll go through this real quick. Language, English, French, or Spanish. Display, US or metric, or I'm sorry, units is US or metric. Display mode is just for the screen. You can have a different theme if you want on the background. So hit that, see that change color. And you got like 17 of them. So a lot of choices. Beep, as you might have heard it beeping, I have that on. Units, okay, US or metric. Clock, pretty simple, set with GPS. I've got mine on 24-hour. Camera, you can have it where when you turn, I'll show you. See how these move? Okay. If you don't want them to move, you select that. All right. Safety and driving, forward collision with active braking. So if it thinks I'm going to hit somebody because I'm not hitting the brake or hitting the gas, when I get real close to them, it would actually hit the brake. I have it on sensitive near. If you have it on far, that means a car far away from you, when they start stopping, like if you were pulling out of a gas station or something, you know, you're not hitting the gas, you're just coasting. So, or the brake, and then that car in front of you is going slow, so you roll up on them, it would hit the brakes thinking you weren't paying attention. So keep it on near if you want to use it. Park sense is going to give me a sound. It's going to beep at me, and then it's going to give me a flash on the backup camera if I'm going to back into somebody. Blind spot alert, that's your mirrors. I just have it where the lights are on, so it doesn't yell at me or chime, it just flashes the lights. Mirrors and wipers, what that's set up for is when I turn my windshield wipers on, after I think 15 seconds of them being on, I automatically turn my headlights on, which is nice. Auto on comfort features. Okay, so this is, a lot of people don't know about this one. If it is below 40 degrees outside, it will automatically turn on the heated seats and heated steering wheel if you have one of these two selected. This one only does it with remote start if it's below 40. This one does it with remote start, or if you just get in and start it normally. If you do have cooled seats, it will have that feature too. It will turn on the heated or the cooled seats if it's above a certain temperature. And I believe that's 80 degrees. I'd have to look that back up. Most people don't worry about that one as much as they do the heated seats, excuse me. Auxiliary switches, so if you have the auxiliary switches with the tow package, you can control how they're set up. Latching, momentary. Latching is on off, so you push it, it's on, push it, it's off. Momentary, you push it, it's on. When you let off, it's off. So that's how mine are set up. I have rock lights. They only work with ignition, and then recalled last state if that was on. If they, however they were when you shut it off is how they'll be. Obviously I had that off. And then features like this, engine off options, how long you want power delay with the door on, how long you want power delay with the door off, which I don't know why that's on 5 minutes. That's crazy. We'll come back to that. And then when you shut if the doors are off, how long everything. Headlight delay, they stay on for 30 seconds if they are on at night. So that's a nice feature. Audio is the same as what I showed you here for bass and treble. Phone, Bluetooth, just smartphone projection manager. Again, that's deleting phone, paired devices. That's where you would go if you want to pair a phone. But yeah, reset, you can reset the whole radio. System information, that just tells you your software license. I don't really know how important that is, but I guess they have to probably put that in there. So that is how to work your 8.4 radio with navigation. Pretty simple design, great radio. I've had a lot of good luck with it. I've worked and for an automotive dealership for over 20 years and sold cars for over 20 years, so I see a lot of different radios and interfaces, and I really feel like this one's actually one of the best. Really user-friendly, intuitive. They did give you a lot of ways to do the same thing. Like, there's probably 4 ways to turn on the heated seats. Not a bad thing. You know, some people don't want to touch their screen. Some people, you know, you have the hard keys down here below. Some people, you can't find it. Well, if it's in 4 different places, you're bound to find it eventually. So that makes it kind of nice. As always, this is John with Jealous Jeeps. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please leave comments below. Until the next episode, drive safely and have fun. Thank you.